Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Hassan again, and I'm back with another banger, back with another video guys. We have EURJPY. In the previous video I promised you I'm going to be showing a trade that happened on the EURJPY. It was a very clean trade. It's one of my setups, the setups that I like the most. Actually, this setup, if you have a good account, let's say you have $1K going up, you can always enter full margin with this kind of setups. They're always good if you can maximize on them. So I'm going to be taking you through the whole setup and how it is. And by the way, this is my strategy guys. This is the strategy that I use. You can also adapt the strategy if you feel like it can help you and use it, or if you don't have any strategy using, you can use my strategy. It is simple, direct to the point. It is a step-by-step strategy. It is not something that is so complicated. Very good. The key is prepare. Let's say for example, now I do it is top-down analysis. The strategy is top-down analysis combined with demand and supply. So what I do, I go to the high time frame, drop down to the lower time frame, and then where I get my entries using demand and supply. So I identify my areas of interest on the weekly, drop down and find the immediate trend on the daily, and then drop down to the 4 hour, 3 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour. But mainly I execute the trade on the 4 hour. If I don't get the setup, the clear setup on the 4 hour, that is when now I go to the 3 hour or 2 hour to get the setup. I rarely go below this 30 minutes you see here. I rarely go below the 30 minutes. Mostly my setups I get them on the 4 hour, 3 hour or 2 hours. Sometimes 1 hour, but 1 hour rarely, because there are a lot of candles on the 1 hour. However, you're going to compromise if you're going for these high time frames for your entries. Let's say the 4 hour for your entries, you're compromising risk to reward with your stop loss. What do I mean? Like your stop loss is going to be the pip count is going to be many for your stop loss, or for the stop loss that you're going to be using, because on the 4 hour the pip count is high than you will be on the 30 minutes or 15 minutes. So if you don't have more capital, you can use lower time frames, or if you have less capital but you want to use the 4 hour, because the 4 hour going up, I find it more accurate, then you're going to use a lower lot size to accommodate the pip count of your stop loss. So with that being said, I want us to go straight to the charts. However, before we go straight to the charts guys, I'm kindly requesting that you subscribe to the channel, because I'm growing the channel and I want it to grow at a fast rate. So most of you people who are watching my videos are not subscribed to the channel, so you subscribe to the channel. I'll give you 5 seconds, you subscribe, then we are going to proceed to the charts, and then I explain the whole strategy step by step. So subscribe to the channel. We are on 170, 180, we are going to 200 subscribers. So subscribe and be part of this journey. So 5 seconds, subscribe, then we proceed to the video. Okay, I hope guys you have subscribed. It will help the channel a lot. So let's go straight to the point. First things first, what do? Go to the weekly time frame, identify the pair that you are trading, then go to the high time frame that you want to trade. You can use any high time frame. You can use the monthly, you can use the weekly, you can use the daily, you can use the 4 hour, you can use the 1 hour, you can even use I think 1 hour. Yes, I use weekly, so for you can choose any. So after going to the weekly, you see these areas that I've marked here, I just want my chart to be clean and also prepare for anything before it happens. For example, if price breaks this supply zone here, then I automatically know that we are going here. So I'll be looking for buying opportunities up to this area. So I don't need to wait before price breaks here and then I start marking when it has just broken. No, I need to know that when we break here, we are going here. When we fail to break here, we are coming down here. When we don't break here, we're going back, like that, like that. Remember, price is going to be moving in zones. So I've marked out my demand and supply areas very well from the high time frame, from the monthly, then I pair them with the weekly, pair them with the daily. So I'm marking weekly, daily, and the monthly. So they are all, each demand zone you see here, it is a high time frame demand or supply zone. So whenever I reach that area, I just know this is what I'm supposed to do. Okay. So let's go straight to the charts. So this, for clarity, this supply and demand zones, they never leave my chart. They are always going to be there. And you see I stretch them further, even up to 2027. That means if I'm still here even 2 years from now, I'll still use the same supply demand zone. However, I just adjust because price action keeps on changing. Okay, so now we are on the weekly time frame. First thing first, what is the trend of the market? We are in an uptrend. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower high, equal low, lower high, lower equal high. So we are looking like we are going up. However, the overall trend is bullish, but that doesn't mean that we cannot sell. For example, you see the overall trend was bullish, but we sold for 2 weeks here going down. So we can sell, but you don't have to drag that sell for a long period of time because you're going against the trend. Okay, so now first thing first, the trend is up. So that means when we are buying, if we are entering a trade, we would favor buys more. However, if we get a sales trade, we can take it, but we favor the buys more. Okay, so first thing first, the trend is up. Second, you're going to mark the previous week's candle. This one, I told you, I do this at each and every end of the week. So for example, today is Friday. So I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to do it tomorrow or on Sunday. But mainly I do this on Sunday. Mark each and every your areas on Sunday, preparing for the next week ahead. So I go through all the pairs that are on my watch list, mark them, then identify the ones that might have potential opportunities, and then I highlight them. So my job is to check every after 4-hour candle, every after a 4-hour candle close, I check, or every after closure of the day, I go and check how the day ended. Have we reached my zone? Am I ready to execute or not? Okay, so now let's mark. You mark the opening price and the closing price. So this is the opening price of this is the previous week candle. This is the current week. It is about to close, and it is closing as a bullish candle. So this is the opening price. This is the closing price of this bullish candle. So now this is the previous week. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this line in this week's candle such that we can track where it starts and where it ends. Remember, it is already moving, so it has moved already 4 days. So in order to track it, let me just put that blue line. So where you see the blue line, that will be Monday. Look down here at the time scale. This would be Monday 9th June 2025, where I have put the blue line. Good. So now after I have marked well, simple and clear, just make sure you're so articulate and accurate when you're marking these things. You don't need to, you see, when you look at the whole thing from here, yes, it is in a downtrend, but remember, even here we were selling, we sold for almost 3 weeks, so you could not look for buys here. So if you look at the whole thing and you say it is in downtrend, it's going to be hard for you. However, you can drive down the precision to the actual candle, to the actual candlestick that you're dealing with, because our trading range for next week is going to be either between this candle or upside or down. So now our job is to make sure we are trading where the candle is telling us. If it opens and it starts going up, we start looking for open demand areas and we take it up. If it opens and starts going down, we start looking for open supply areas and we take it down. If it opens and it starts ranging inside here, we stay out. Simple. Okay, so now we have marked it. So the next step is drop to the daily time frame. Remember, first step, identify the trend on the high time frame. Minus on the weekly, it is bullish. That means you're favoring the buys more than the sells. Good. Second step, mark the previous candle, opening price and closing price of the previous candle of the previous week. Third step, drop down to the daily to see if you can find opportunities. That is now if the new week has started, or if it has not started, it is okay. You can look for areas of supply and demand on the daily if you can see them. So now when we open the daily, this is what we have. These lines here are showing us the closing price of the previous week. This should be Friday. Yes, Friday. See, look down here, Friday 6 June 2025. So the month opening, this blue line, the one we marked on the weekly, this blue line here, you see this blue line is in this candle here. So that is where Monday starts from. Monday here. Okay, so now, wow, the trade is still going on, guys, and it's looking so nice. So now what is happening? Remember, this was our previous candle, 1 2 3 4 5. So it opened from this doji here, then went up then went up and closed here. So the new week opened here. So if the new week has opened like this, what do you see? The new week opens on Monday, and then Monday closes as a doji. Price opened from here, went down, but closed up as a doji. Then we started going up. On Tuesday, we went up. After we went up with one big candle like this, you would mark your supply zone. Your demand zone, like I marked this one here. Your demand zone. How do you mark your demand zone? I told you it is an area of consolidation before an impulse, or an area of indecision before an impulse to the upside or to the downside. So there's an indecision candle here, and when you mark here, you see how I marked it very well. You mark it. You can mark it on Monday, you can mark it on Tuesday, because all in all, the candles remained going up. So Monday went up, Tuesday went up, even Wednesday tried to come, retrace, and Monday indecision, Tuesday went up, Wednesday went up, even Thursday tried to come and retrace, but it closed from the upside. So you have marked here, because this is your demand zone. Remember, you are looking to take price to the upside. You're looking to take price to the upside. Why? Because the week opened and it broke out. Remember, this was the closing price. So it broke out the closing price and immediately started going up, meaning chances are high that we are bullish. So what confirms our bias is when we have a demand zone here. That is what we are going to use to enter the trade. And remember, guys, one thing: our weekly is bullish, the daily is also continuing as bullish. So it is simple, we are going up. So now look at, this is Friday. Remember, this is our demand zone. So if you enter on the daily, though I don't enter on the daily, but I'll just show you something if I drop down to the entry time frame. You entered from there, put your stop losses down, and then you take profit up. 1:2, up there. Price came, you waited Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is when you have gotten the trade, and it started opened from here, came down, tapped you in, and right now you'd be in, as we speak, you'd be in 100 pips. Guys, you have waited from Monday up to Friday, and then finally on Friday you're gifted 100 pips. That means you have made your 100 pips on the week. You did not make them on Monday like others, you didn't make them on Tuesday like others, you did not make them on Friday, or you didn't make them on Wednesday or Thursday like others did. You made yours on Friday, which is okay, because at the end of the day, we are trading within the same week. And I got 2 trades because there were 3. There was GBP JPY, CAD JPY, and now this is EURJPY. GBP happened on Tuesday, CAD happened I think on Wednesday, CAD happened on Monday, on Wednesday, so Euro happening on Friday. So that means you got 80 pips on CAD JPY, you got 98, I think 95 pips on GBP JPY, and then 100 on EURJPY. So how many pips are those? How many when you combine? That is around 300 pips, guys, in 1 week. You can do anything with those pips in 1 week. You just have to prepare and then wait for your setup to form, and then you execute the trade. Okay, so let me not confuse you. So now you have waited, you have marked out your demand zone, you have waited Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday has opened from here. Now you go to you go to the 4 hour or the lower time frame. you got the lower time frame. You see in the 4 hour it is marked clearly. And now I always tell you, this is one of my best setups, one of my A setups, not A plus but A setups. How? There is resistance here turns into support and then an impulse to the upside. So then you mark it. When price comes back here, that is now when you enter. So now what were your entries? You set a buy limit down here. Why do you put it down here? Or daily you're putting it up? So the reason is simple. This is the opening price. This line here signifies the opening price of the closing price of the weekly candle. I think it's also the opening price of this candle, the closing price of the previous weekly candle. So this is where I would like to, because I know price might retrace here, but it will not take me out. Then you're targeting the high. That is 120. So phi would be in 120 pips. So you'll be targeting here, which is 133. So 1 is to 2.5. So guys, I've shown you step by step what you need and what you can do in order for you to do what? To achieve what I'm trying to teach you. Step by step. If you have not learned anything, go through the video slowly by slowly. Pause it. That is how you're going to learn. Even me, that's how I learned supply and demand and trading in general. I used to download videos of people who were mentoring me. I go and watch them repeatedly. I could watch like one video like 7 times repeatedly, just trying to get a clue on what is happening. And I can assure you guys, at the end of the day, you get better day by day. You see, price is even still going up. You get better day by day. Before you know it, you are already there. So guys, that is all for today. That has been the breakdown on EURJPY. I hope you have learned something. I'll just quickly recap what I've taught you. 1, you're going to identify the trend on the high time frame. That is the weekly. For me, I do the weekly. You can do the daily. You can do the 4 hour high time frame. Then 2, mark the previous candle. If it is weekly, previous week. If it is daily, previous daily candle. If it is 4 hour, previous 4 hour candle. Mark the high and the low of that candle. After, drop down to the lower time frame. That is your medium time frame. Your medium time frame, you're looking for areas of supply and demand. Areas of supply and demand. If you see it, mark it. After marking it, wait for price to move. If it moves away from that area, mark your area very well, and then you can drop to the 4 hour to refine, or to the now your entry time frame to refine the area that you've marked. Instead of marking from here, now you refine to this indecision candle, or this, they call it hammer, something like that. Now you're going to mark that. After marking that, then you're good to go. Set your buy limit, put your stop loss down, and then wait. Give price time to move. You see, price moved. It tapped here in the morning. That I think at night, at around midnight. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. So it has moved 16 hours. 16 hours to give us this 100 pips. 16 hours. So you have to wait for price to move. Anyway, it depends on which kind of trader you are. For me, I'm a swing trader, so I always wait. So guys, I hope I've been clear. If there's something is not clear, please put in the comment section. Ask me specific areas where it is not clear, and I'll be able to help you. Also, tell me if in case there's any video you would want me to do, teach you about anything, put in the comment section. I'll read all the comments. My channel is still young, it is still new, so I'm able to read and reply to all the comments. Most of you can attest to that. I'll reply all the comments and I'll do the needful. Okay guys, so that is all for today. That was the video. I hope you have learned something. Kindly like the video if you've learned something. If you have not learned, go through the video again. Price is almost hitting the TP. Also share share to your colleagues. So we shall meet again in another video. For now, I'll let you go and say goodbye.